What's going on, my little bundle of chestnuts? It's your girl, Kate Winchester here, and today I need my Hello Lovely book because I'm going to be doing, as I said in the last video, I'm going to be answering some LGBTQ questions, and the reason being is because it is Pride Month, and I am LGBT, specifically the B, bisexual. And I keep talking about it because I'm proud. I am proud to be bisexual, you know, like, so I was gonna just do 3 other videos, but that'll take up my space. So I just wrote all of the questions and answers, and I'm gonna be doing, they're supposed to be like answered 1 at a time, but I skipped 3 because, I forgot. And then today I was like, shit, I was gonna do that. So now I have to do 3 on top of today's. So here we go. June 1st, your sexuality. I am bisexual and I like both boys and girls. I've had numerous boyfriends as well as I have had numerous girlfriends. I haven't found the right guy or girl yet. I honestly don't know if I'm going to marry a girl or if I'm going to marry a boy. I think if I marry a boy, some of my family members won't attend. If I marry a girl, then some of my family members won't attend. And that's okay. Like, if they're not going to accept me for who I am, then that's fine. Number 2, your gender. I identify as a female, but I support other genders. Like, if you are male, good on you. If you are gender fluid, I support you. If you are, you know, non-binary, I support you. You know, I refuse to hate, even if I don't understand it. I will still look it up and try to research and try to be educated about it instead of just be like, oh, well, that's like, you know what I mean? Just like I would like other people to be like I wouldn't want other people to judge me for how I swing, you know, like, so I support everyone, you know. Number 3, when did you realize you were LGBT? I was actually in 3rd grade, and it pisses me off when people are like, they learned from TV, or like, they learned from the streets, or like, what have your parents been telling you? You know, like, I learned it when I was in 3rd grade, and my parents didn't watch any LGBT movies when I was in 3rd grade. If we saw a couple kissing in the park, they would shield our eyes from it and try to distract us, you know, like, and it wasn't that they weren't supportive, they didn't want us to know about it yet because we were too young, they said. Honestly though, like, I found out because I was, like, I actually found out when I had my first girl crush. I had a crush on a girl. She was actually my first friend from school. She was my first friend from school, and, yeah, I fell in love with her. Like, it was to the point where, like, she hugged me and I smelled her perfume and I didn't want my mom to wash that shirt. It's so gross and so weird, but, like, I honestly felt like something was wrong with me because like I said, my parents didn't watch movies, and whenever I asked about it, they'd be like, that's disgusting, you know, like, I think as a little kid, I was 5, and I would always ask my mom, hey mom, what if a woman and another woman loved each other? And they would always be like, that's icky, like, we don't do that, you know, like that's gross, we don't do that, like, that's disgusting. And I remember those conversations, and I was like, this isn't normal. I was like, something's wrong with me, like, something is very wrong with me. Like, I literally thought I was, like, sick or something. It's funny, but it's not. Like, it's not funny because of, like, how depressed and uncertain I was as a human being, but, like, it's kind of ironic now, so I kind of find it a little embarrassing of, like, I can't believe I thought that I was gonna die, you know? Like, I didn't think I was gonna die, I just thought that I was insane. Or, like, an abomination, like a freak, basically, because my mom was always like, that's gross, we don't talk about that, like, that's gross. You know, so I basically had to learn through Google and through feelings, because when my parents gave us the talk, they told us that, like, women get tingly when they are really, really happy, and I'm trying to explain it the best way that she explained it to me, because I know that I have younger viewers now. So when a woman or guy, when somebody you like more than a friend does something that you find cute, you get really happy and you get really tingly in places that you thought you wouldn't get tingly. That's how she explained it to me. And I knew that she meant of, like, you know, turned on, but she didn't call it that. She just called it the happy, fuzzy, tingly feeling. That's what we all called it, you know. So when this girl hugged me because I was being bullied, she gave me a hug and I got the tingly feeling. I think you guys know. I never told anybody. Oh my god, I got turned on in 3rd grade. That's fucking... I mean, of course, I didn't know what it was. I knew that it was a happy feeling and I was embarrassed by it. But... I'm blushing. So yeah, I actually got turned on in 3rd grade by another girl hugging me. Okay, let's change the subject, but anyway. I didn't realize that I was LGBT though until I just knew something was different during that time. I just, when I was in like 4th grade, it got worse because, you know, your hormones start fluctuating, you know. And then 5th grade, she hugged me again. I had to stop myself from kissing her neck. And so we were friends, but like she gave me a hug and I just remember going, no. So anyway, I had to go to Google, and I was like, I actually asked the question on Yahoo. I was like, I got tingly from I was like, this is literally the question. I'm not even okay. I swear to God, in my soul, this is okay. I was like, I'm a girl and I have this crush on another girl. Is there something wrong with me? She hugged me, and then there was like a lot of people that were like, oh honey, I'm pretty sure like you're just confused, you know. And then I replied, I got tingly when she hugged me. Literally in all caps, I was like, I got tingly when she hugged me. Like, bitch. if you're watching this, I think you know who you are. If you're watching this, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry that this is how you had to get back in contact with me. For the love of God, please don't be watching this. Macy knows who I'm talking about. I told Macy about this. And she died when I started blushing. She's like, oh, you're blushing, it's so cute. And I'm like, shut up. But I thought that I would be done blushing because it's like the second time I've talked about it. But no, it's not. It's not any less embarrassing than the first time I told it. I just thought that, you know, y'all should know because we're like besties. We go way back. So I thought, So anyway, yeah. Yeah, that's how I found out I was LGBT, because people were like, after I told them, I was like, I got tingly, they were like, oh honey, you are. There is another, actually, I'm forever grateful to this person, and I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure I would know by now, even if nobody told me, but still, like, I'd rather have learned then than learned way later. I would have been really messed up if I learned, like, yesterday. But, you know, I was just like, what the hell is wrong with me, you know? And there was this teenager, she's like, honey, there's nothing wrong with you. Have you ever heard of LGBT? And I was like, what? Like, I didn't think there was any other sexuality other than straight. Like, I thought that you just were born straight and you just, you know, like, you had to be straight. Like, everyone in the world was straight. Because, again, my parents never showed us that. You know, they weren't going to show us that lifestyle until we were in, like, middle school or something. You know, but here I am, a tiny 5th grader, and I'm like, shit. Like, you know? So I was like, no, I haven't heard of LGBT. Like, what is it? And then she explained it to me. Or it was a boy, I don't know who it was. It was just, literally, it was like that Miss Teen. I remember the username, it was that Miss Teen, so it could have been a girl, or it might have been a boy. At this point, it could have been a boy. But ideally, I'm imagining that it was a girl. But if it was a boy, I don't judge here. You know, I was just as confused as I'm not saying that people are confused, but, like, I was really confused. So, like, ideally it was a girl, but it could have been a boy, and I'm not judging if it was. Sorry, I'm rambling. I'm embarrassed. This is what I do. After a series of hiding my face and giggling, and, I just start rambling, and then I go back to giggling, so, just bear with me here. So, anyway, so she explained it to me, and she's like, just go on, you know, she told me to, like, sit back and see what happens, because it could just be hormones and a high sex drive, you know. She didn't say that, but she said, just wait for a little bit and be like, okay, this is who I really am before you come out. And I was like, okay, thank you. So she really helped out a lot. So that Miss Teen, if you're somehow watching this, thank you so much, like, seriously. So then I came out to my mom when I was 13 because I still thought that something was wrong with being who I was. So, but there's not, obviously. Okay, so number 4, are you questioning? No, I know who I am. I've known for like 5 years. So, but yeah, I sat back and I watched her come up and hug me, and I kept getting that warm fuzzy feeling. And I kept getting that happy yet embarrassing feeling, and just like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And then I saw these boys and I was like, oh, thank God I'm not gay. I was like, oh, thank God I'm not gay. I'm probably something else. You know? Because I thought I was gay because, like, I only had feelings for her, you know? And then other guys came up and they were like, there was this one boy in my class that I had a crush on, and then there was a girl in my class that I had a crush on. And I was like, when I saw him, I was like, oh, I'm not gay. Thank God. But then I saw her and I was like, I'm not straight. What is this? And then I googled bisexuality because girls were mentioning it. They're like, bisexual, bisexual, gay, and like that's when everybody was finding out because their parents were talking to them about it. So I heard the word bisexual and something told me to look that one up. So I looked up bisexual and it was like feelings for boys the same way you'd have a feeling about girls. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, okay, so I'm not gay, but I'm not straight. I'm both. You know, I was like, okay. So I kept it a secret for like 3 years. And then I heard my pastor talking about how people who aren't straight are gonna go to hell. So I was like, well, I should let my mom know what kind of hellion she's raising. I think she already knew, though. I think she already knew that I was a hellion. She just didn't know how much. You know, I don't think she knew how much of a hellion I was, you know. But I told her, I was like, hey, I like boys, but I also like girls, and I'm bisexual. And she went like surprised, and I was like, I can leave if you want. I was like, I can leave. Like, I just started crying. I was like, I'm so sorry. I understand if I'm not your daughter anymore. Like, I understand if you don't love me anymore. And even though she told me how disgusting it was and how when I was younger and I was like growing up and she'd be like, that's gross, like stop talking about that, you know, she still gave me a big hug and she said, you're my daughter and I love you. Sorry. And she's like, you're my daughter and I love you no matter who you are. And I mean, right now though, like a few days ago actually, I mentioned like, well, what if I get married to a girl? She's like, I was like, you know, I was like, there's other ways that I could have a grandchild, you know, that I could give you a grandchild. And she's like, how? And I was like, artificial insemination, a surrogate. She goes, no, it's not biblical. And I was like, well, neither is being bisexual, but you accepted that. And she's like, just stick with a guy. So I don't think she'd come to the wedding if I married a girl, or the birth of a baby if I got artificially inseminated, which kind of hurts a little bit. But I don't know, maybe I'm reading too deep into that one. Like, maybe she would. I have a feeling that she would. But I also had a feeling that she wouldn't love me anymore when I came out as bisexual to her. So, I don't know. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But anyways, stay tuned for question 5. And, yeah. So anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next video. Stay body positive. Kate Winchester out. Hasta la bye-bye. And God bless your nutty little hearts. And don't forget to go nuts.